Authentic.
Yeah.
Fruit by the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many feet?
Nano. Yeah.
4 feet.
Yeah.
How many stalk?
That is a 4-foot stalk of fruit.
Yeah. How many rods is that? How much is it in
Like
rods?
the stalk to rod conversion.
Yeah, what's that rate?
I don't know.
Okay.
We need somebody other than us in here to
Yeah, some kind
decipher
of
that.
calculator.
Welcome back to Rabbit Troop Sucks. We have a meter of
Fucking jumped right in.
stock talk.
Yeah, we've gone from rod to stalk.
When we're full rod here, we just got to jump into it.
We got to be full rod. I thought we had to be like approaching full rod.
Well,
Rod Schneider.
God damn it.
We are a podcast about obscure, forgotten about, and often overlooked films.
we were
And-
anyway.
Yeah, we were. But yeah, we are Rabbit Troop Sucks. Damn it. And as always, I am Paul, and next to me is Mike.
Hey,
And there is Lamar.
There it is.
In studio again, we have Jeremy.
Cuckoo.
We also have Collin.
Yay.
And today we're going to be looking at 2000. Sorry, almost 2000. 1998 knockoff. And because Jeremy is in town, we kind of came up with a deal where last time we were looking at National Lampoon's European Vacation, and we kind of planned that out. And as we kind of planned, we were like, let's do a movie no one has ever seen. And we went through some movies, and we were going through some of the channels with free movies and various other things. And lo and behold, it brought us to the yellow brick road that is knockoff 1998.
not just that none of us have seen, but literally no one has ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone recently wrote us about like, oh my God, like the Further Adventures of Tennessee Buck. Like, I love this movie. I just watched this last week. Like, someone wrote us this recently, and thank you for writing us. But my reply was like, our group and you now make the dozens who have seen the film. So, but again, thanks for writing us. But yeah, knockoff 1998. I have never even, I think, heard of this movie. Maybe if you talk to me like somewhere in the 2000s, I might have been like,
There were whispers of it.
Yeah, like
No.
I was aware just because of like the stars, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and the tag team, buddy team up you never even thought was going to come, Rob Schneider. And we have a Rob Schneider correspondent here, Collin. So last time we saw Rob Schneider, Home Alone 2, Collin, Lost in New York.
I'm surprised I hadn't even heard of this movie.
Mike, I really feel like if someone talked to us like 20-ish years ago, we might have been like, I know what movie you're referencing. Like, I feel
Maybe. I just...
somewhere I had to have known.
I feel like if I had known about this movie, I would have seen it. Because at this time, I was very into like Hong Kong cinema. This was kind of maybe towards the tail end where I thought Jean-Claude Van Damme movies were still cool. And I also loved Rob Schneider.
I mean, I will throw this out in a similar kind of context. Because I'm like, I really feel I must have just like known of this somehow, but never saw it. Luke Orr and I, Luke Orr, guest of Rabbit Troop Sucks, we love a movie. Love a Hong Kong movie, Gen X Cops. And years later, they made one. And I was like, oh my God, like this sequel came out and we didn't know about it. And we watched it. And who was a cameo guest star villain? Paul Rudd. So I'm
Really?
like, yeah, I'm like, whoa.
Phenomenal.
I'm like, what? So yeah, I mean, like, I believe that maybe none of us have heard of it, but I do feel maybe somewhere. I just like, I like Hong Kong cinema. Like, I like these action sequences, or at least of the time. I'm very aware of Jean-Claude Van Damme and Rob Schneider. Like,
Yeah. I can't believe that none of us have seen this movie. It's wild because it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Like I have seen worse Jean-Claude Van Damme movies like in the theater that have been marketed.
For
and,
sure.
Like, you know?
well, let me not go too much
We've
further.
watched worse Jean-Claude Van Damme movies for this podcast.
That's true. I'm just going to give you the very direct one sentence overview that IMDb is going to provide me. Knockoff 1998. A fashion designer must join forces with a CIA agent to combat terrorism.
Last night when we picked this movie out, I made a joke about how it would be awesome if Jean-Claude Van Damme was the fashion designer and Rob Schneider was the CIA agent, thinking there was no way that was possible.
Well, guess what?
That is the case.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, what holds this entire movie back is Rob Schneider.
How dare you.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I just,
Really?
Yeah, I think they didn't know what to do with him, and they tried to make him like somewhat comedic, but not the over the top like I slit his throat, kill him, like Rob Schneider.
So he should have just been like the cover him with bees guy from Little Nicky the whole time.
No, what I'm saying is like they didn't know what to do. They're like, don't go over the top with like that far.
Right. They unzanied him a little bit.
But also be like super serious as a cop or CIA agent. And his seriousness, I don't buy it all.
I don't think
for
he
you?
can be serious.
Then why was this movie made?
Cocaine?
They don't.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. They just they wanted to kind of have like a more snarky, kind of comedic character, and they thought Rob Schneider with the bill, and he just kind of didn't really fit.
Right. Like the whole thing is like, he like at certain points I'm like, okay, like you're kind of like a tough agent, or you're like the person undercover you're pretending to be. But then like any interaction with Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's like a bumbling idiot. He's like then the like stupid sidekick that's kind of like, oh, you handcuffed me. I'm like, are you dumb or smart? Like, I don't know what you're supposed to be. And I really don't blame Rob Schneider at all on this. I blame the writing and the weirdo director that is. The director is also the producer of like Inspector D, which is like a popular series, and Once Upon a Time in China. So like the director is like pretty notable in all of this. His sequences are bananas. This is like someone who has been like, I don't know, having wet dreams over like John Woo for like years. Like this slow-mo shit that this guy has is
well,
like
it goes
nonsense.
from like slow-mo to like stop motion to like it's like you're in like a strobe light haunted house sequence.
Yeah,
it's real weird.
$6 million man run sequences.
Yeah.
And
yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like sometimes like things aren't happening. So in John Woo, you get like Chow Yun-fat like jumping off a table, dust is everywhere, a dove flies out a window, and there's gunshots. This guy's slow-mo is almost like you're on a slanted acid trip, and like it's not like anything cool's happening. Going back, John Woo, you're like, oh my god, this guy's shooting, he's kicking. And a lot of times, it's more like slow-mo, someone's running down a slanted hallway.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
There was a POV shot of Van Damme's foot going into a sneaker.
Yeah.
Like, this
like
is
they
the kind of
spent
shit
money
we
to
have.
film that, man. Like,
They did, yeah.
And then there's a later scene where they're on a rooftop and it like zooms into Rob Schneider's face really quickly. And he's like, I don't know. Like he says, something like, I don't know. Oh no. But then there's this like immediately like a panoramic shot of a building with a huge Coca-Cola logo. And then it was like the sky and the moon. And then it's like Jean-Claude Van Damme on a rooftop next to Rob Schneider. I was like, what is going on?
Coke
Like,
paid good money for that, okay?
I mean, that was like me in like the first Windows like movie editing software. I was like, I have 5 pictures. I'm going to put them together. And I would show people and they're like, there's not a real sequence. I'm like, I put them together.
It's fine. You put a star swipe in there. It'll
This
be
took
fine.
me 45 minutes, asshole.
The song put it together. Don't worry about the moon and then the building. It was all okay. Yeah. But before we go too far, hey, second week of summer. Welcome to summer. Jeremy's still here. He's going to be here for another episode.
Yeah.
I hope everyone's sunbathing in Colorado, taking it off, embracing it, knocking off.
Tanned my taint today.
Sure.
Okay.
That's a thing, man.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a stress reducer.
Where'd you go?
Reducer?
Out in the back of Hawkins Theater, dude.
You just spread them.
Is that what you were, that's what you're doing in the
holiday
van?
day?
Had them spread up on top of the van, dude.
Pop open that sunroof and just,
And just bake them all day.
yeah. How does this relieve stress?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think the Swedes figured it out, though.
The Swedes. I see.
Oddly, I've never heard like you're tanning your taint, but I did know there was like a yoga theory that you're like put your like butthole to the sky and like
Yeah.
beams are supposed to go into your butthole.
Beams into the butthole.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
beams into the hole. Beam hole.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Real beam.
Well, and this
Good
does
time.
what for you?
I don't know because I have not done it and didn't
Okay.
really investigate further.
Beam my hole, Scotty.
But
Wow.
put some sunshine in your bum, Mike.
All right. Well, I know what I'll do tomorrow.
It's gonna be a weekend to remember.
Mike and the rabbits.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be out there with the bunnies.
Oh, they would love it. I can imagine the rabbits doing it.
Oh,
The
you know
actually
they do.
the rabbits do it.
That's why they're so happy, man.
Yeah. Is that why they look so relaxed?
Sun bum.
Because they're getting a lot of sun on those
Yeah.
rabbit taints.
Those rabbit taints.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. Pro tip.
That's my next lucky keychain is a rabbit taint.
We do not sell that at the website rabbittroop6.com.
New T-shirt idea.
Lucky rabbit taint.
Rabbit taint.
I'll
sucks.
talk to the graphic artist later, babe. Rabbit taint.
with a face of Paul Sorvino.
Yeah, use your artistic discretion, but
She'll know.
yeah,
She'll be like acid on the arm or off the arm, and like, player's choice.
Every time I've asked her to do something recently, she just goes, "Okay," and then doesn't. So I think maybe
She's learned the ways.
yeah,
Nice.
She's like, this is not going to go anywhere.
yeah.
You know, in most cases, I take down people's names, but there is a reoccurring character that I so much don't give a shit about in this movie, and it starts off that he's like investigating stuff. This is gonna be the guy with the grenade. We see him later. I don't know his name. Maybe he's a detective. Maybe he's a CIA agent.
Like the
Maybe he's Hong Kong
the Hong Kong
police.
cop. Yeah.
You talking about that
Yeah.
Asian guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I never cared.
The Asian guy in Hong Kong. I am.
like the one who's
He escapes the grenade in the beginning.
he's either underwater or flying through
Yes.
the air for
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
movie. Okay,
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Michael Wong.
It doesn't matter.
He's Han.
He's been in other movies before.
He's Han.
Yeah.
Okay.
his character's name is Han, and the actor's name is Michael Wong.
Yep.
Okay,
There.
Yeah, and before we go too far, who do we got? We got
too far. We haven't gone anywhere.
Well,
yet.
I just want to again note the director because we talked about a lot of his stuff. So Hark Choi, again, look him up. Like we're going movie to movie, so I had to cut down a little bit on the research for this one. But this guy seems like epically involved in Asian cinema, especially as a producer. So it's just kind of bizarre. Like, is this guy like? Was this guy having like a 50-year mid-year crisis, and he was like, you know what? I'm loaded as shit. I produce all these films. I'm going to make one for me. This one's for my birthday. We're going to get JCVD. We're going to get Schneider. We're going to get some cocaine. We're going to make some movies.
He's loaded as shit and loaded as shit.
Mike, didn't you have trivia about JCVD on this movie? Didn't someone talk about?
Oh, he got arrested for indecent proposal in Hong Kong.
No,
a
exposure.
proposal.
Indecent proposal. Jesus
I will
Christ.
give you $1 million to sweep with your wife.
He was trying to bang someone. Yeah, indecent exposure. He got arrested for it. I guess it's funny. The first scene that you see him in, he is clearly blasted on cocaine.
And last time we saw him, Street Fighter 1994,
Also blasted on cocaine.
noted some cocaine escapades with Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, I don't know who he was doing. I mean, Rob Schneider, I guess.
Probably.
I don't see that.
No,
I
probably
think
not.
I'm going to throw this out. JCVD was like, I'm going to do cocaine. And he talked to the director. He's like, with everyone. But
What do you
Rob
mean,
Schneider.
everyone?
Everybody. Except for Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
He's like, you get this guy out of here. I feel that was the vibe.
Do you think Rob Schneider's kind of like straight-laced or a narc?
No, he just gets the hard kombucha.
I see.
That's
Well,
what
he is like a right-wing nut job, so maybe he's not into that.
I really just can't imagine like JCVD rocking out with that dude.
At that time, Coke was for everybody. So I think there might have been a time where it's like maybe for his, there's some scenes where they kind of are just giggling way too much together. I think once or twice is all that JCBD was down for that.
That's fair.
Jean-Claude, listen to me. Gene,
That's how it went down.
Gene, I'm going to be a male gigolo one day.
It's like, yeah, come on, man.
And Jean-Claude was like, I'm going to go take a deuce. And he's like, I'm going to remember that.
Yeah. Do you think he's in this movie only because the director saw like Demolition Man and Judge Dredd and was like, who's the little guy who's comic relief?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needed a comic relief guy.
Yeah, he needed someone, and he was available.
I think he was like, so I spent all this money on Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I have like $10,000 in like my own private jet. Like I could get someone here, and they're like, Rob Schneider.
Rob
Yeah.
Schneider is currently on the tarmac.
Yeah.
And he is
did it.
ready to go. He has no bags.
No, he did it for the 10 grand and a couple pairs of those knockoff blue jeans.
Who was the lead in Star Night?
Gene Hatton. Nope.
Oh, that was Harvey.
Harvey Keitel, yeah, thanks. Maybe it was that situation where I jokingly was like, he was probably just at like vacationing in Spain. And they're like, we could extend this vacation, but you've got to be in a couple film clips. And that was Rob Schneider. Like, I was just here with the family. They're like, you're actually in a movie now. He's like, oh, it's me, Schneider in Hong Kong.
I didn't think he did that bad of a job.
I thought he did fine. I mean, within the spectrum of...
He was better than Harvey Keitel in Star Night. I'll tell you that.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ!
I don't know if you're overselling Schneider or underselling.
I don't think it's Schneider's fault.
I mean, Schneider has like his ceiling, and he was fine. He within the range of what he's capable of doing. He did it fine.
Yeah, I blame the writer and director for all of this, because even like an opening sequence is him being this like fashionista and like bossing around models. No, this is the way I want it. And you could tell there's like this, be a little edgy, funny. It's gonna be cool. And I'm like, then he's supposed to be like this hardened cop, and then or a CIA agent, and then he's supposed to be running things with JCVD.
Well, he's been undercover for 4 years.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
He's
Still
deep
not
in.
sure. Was he in the CIA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think he basically just had another job, Jeremy.
Yeah. He's like, I'm with the CIA, and I'm also the night manager at a Quick Trip.
The CIA is probably like, we pay you shit. Your other job is actually paying for
You
this
better
job.
sell some fucking jeans, because that's what you need.
That's like the government loophole. Like, you're making like $100,000 as like a fashionista in Hong Kong, but we as the government take that money and give you the $40,000 that you're going to make as a CIA agent. So, yeah, I'm sure he's really happy.
Well,
about that.
F-35s are expensive, so I'm sure that type of stuff goes on.
Well, F those 35s.
I kind of liked him in this. I think if he was the goofy Rob Schneider we've seen in other places, I think that they would take away from this movie.
I agree. So Collin, I feel it's like the director and writer trying to get part of that into it where it shouldn't have been, and that's my problem with it. Like, when he's being like serious, I'm fine with it, but then they try to get him to be like a little goofy here and there. I'm like, now you're ruining it.
Yeah, that's right.
But he couldn't be too serious with it, because if you took a 100% serious Rob Schneider in this movie, I don't know if I can buy that at all, and that would just ruin everything.
Rob Schneider's a stapler.
If he were a stapler, that'd be awesome in this movie. But thankfully, there's a little bit of comedy just to take the, I don't want to say edge, because he has no edge. He's never threatening. I never take him seriously as a authority figure at all. I can't.
I mean, well, I'm going to throw this out. So here's kind of a loop for me. Some of the comedic moments where Jean-Claude Van Damme is fighting in more of like a Jackie Chan style, where it's like he's rolling around, he's jumping, like he's getting out of circumstances rather
using
than
like props and stuff that are around him.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like those sensibilities. I'm like surprised to be like, oh, like this has me going on, but like. I'm like, damn, like Rob Schneider wasn't a goof 1 minute ago. Why is he a goof now? Like, make up your mind.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, my counterpoint is like the Jackie Chan style thing. Like, his whole deal is in a lot of movies, like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm still winning because I'm Jackie Chan.
Sure.
This was like, he was maybe a little too good at fighting for someone who was trying to pretend to not know how to fight.
For like a counterfeit.
Yeah. We have no idea what the background of Jean-Claude
Right, like
Van
he
Damme
is a huge badass in this movie for a guy who sells jeans.
Well, he was an orphan who was raised within the Hong Kong mob.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was that said? I missed that.
Yeah, that was explicit.
Okay.
That's why he was all like, Eddie's my brother. And he's like, Eddie's not your brother. He's
that's why Eddie
part
was
of the
I
mob.
thought he just liked Eddie.
Yeah, no. They were like, he had a little moment where he's like, the girl was like, oh, I know your history. You were raised in Indonesia, and your parents died, and you were an orphan raised in the Korean mob or whatever. And it was 20 seconds and easily missed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at this little waif. Put him in the mob.
I mean,
the Cockney.
Yeah.
Thailand.
That's how they speak in Hong Kong.
I see.
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah.
I mean, all I really could say to all of that is green flames. Can you even explain that? Leave Mr. Burton out of this. We owe Mr. Burton a debt of gratitude.
Yeah. I didn't get the green flames at all either.
It's green
like,
flames.
why?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Jeremy, they're flames that were green.
Yeah.
I don't know how much.
I mean, are they like
say.
green flames cheaper to film than regular flames?
Yes.
That's just racist.
They probably
You should know all flames that come from Hong Kong are accented with a jade dust, and that is why you see that too. Honor.
The J
Hashtag
J trade.
J Trade's back. now you know one of the many branches of the J Trade. See? That's why you got to get in.
I wonder if when we
Bitcoin.
make references to old episodes, if anyone knows what the fuck we're talking about.
Just us.
Yeah, okay.
That's all that matters.
It's not. There's one person out there like, oh, J Trade.
These guys are on their game tonight.
J Trade. I've been waiting.
He's sitting in his apartment with the Rabbit Troop Sucks shower curtain and throw pillow and mouse
The guy
pad.
from Spain, dude.
Yeah.
We should get.
They said it.
Yeah, we should get an entire like a Bitcoin replacement and like do Jade trade.
Jade coin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to talk about like what happens in the movie?
Not at all.
Do you want to do something like that?
No, not really.
Should we talk about more taint tanning? We can do that.
No, I don't think we should talk about taint tanning. Speaking of people who are in this movie inexplicably, Paul Sorvino is in this movie.
He is.
As a brief villain.
Yeah. Spoiler.
How many days of filming do you think Paul Sorvino spent doing this?
One, maybe. I think honestly, they just told him they would pay for like a family vacation if he did this.
When did Hollywood? They're like, what is my contract?
Right. Like, do you and the wife want to go to Hong
get a
Kong
family
for a couple
vacation.
weeks? Yeah. Just put on this windbreaker. We're going to throw acid at you for a second. It'll be fine. You get cigars. It's all going to be pretty good.
Well, he did have cigars in the movie.
He did, yeah.
You know?
Well, so the movie opens up. It's like
We're just now getting to the beginning.
We haven't talked about the fucking movie yet. Mm-hmm. There's some like they're Russian, right? Russian divers.
Yeah.
And they find they say the title of the movie right away. There's the knockoffs. It's like a crate of like dolls.
Yeah, knockoff dolls.
And they open it up.
And they blow up.
They blow up. Yeah, the dolls blow up. There's what's his name? Han.
Yeah. We don't know why they blow up yet, but they do, and it's green flames.
It's green flames.
We don't ever know why they blow up.
Also, there's like a hacker's fly through of the doll's computer brain.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, this movie could have been shortened by 10 minutes if they would have eliminated like those little weird hacker things.
No,
Or this movie could have been extended
those
by
made it
30.
for me, yeah. I wanted more of them.
I appreciated all of those scenes.
There were,
Yeah.
Think about all the explosions. We should have had that for all of them.
Oh yeah. My mind would have exploded in green flame. Green flames.
His grapes are bursting.
His mind grapes.
One at a time.
This whole opening scene is just a boat chasing scene with explosions, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so this like Hong Kong cop like flies off a boat that goes into the rocks. That kind of like kills
flying off everything.
the driver. There's a bunch of mob people in front of him. He's like running over the driver who's like his partner. He flips him over. The body's dead, but it's covering a grenade that as soon as you flip the body, the grenade's going to go off. This guy dives in the water and lives. I told everyone in this room that would have been my last day on the job.
He's dedicated.
No.
No.
You go buy lottery tickets and you're just like, I am done. Dunzo.
You probably trained for the body grenade trick.
It's
that's
really
part of
the academy.
It's just really that. And that was the cherry on top for me. Like, your partner just died. You're fighting all these people. You're just like jumped off a boat. Like, all of that. But the grenade situation, I would have been like, just no. Like I'm done.
So, side question: was there any profanity in this movie?
I don't know. I feel like there was, but I can't remember
there
where
were
it would have taken place.
Twice in this movie, both by Han, when he sees the grenade, and then later at the end of the movie, he goes, "Oh shit!" and he clearly says, "Oh shit," but it's like, "Oh snap!" or whatever the fuck he
like,
says.
"Oh shit!" So it feels like
shoot,
it's dubbed
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Ocean.
Oh shoot!
interesting.
But I feel like that was the only attempt at profanity.
yeah, I didn't.
I do want to say someone may have thrown in a shit here and there. Like, that seems like a Jean-Claude Van Damme thing to do.
Maybe I'm just used to him
This
saying
movie
it.
is rated R, so...
Is it for what?
I mean, at
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
one of those opening scenes, a guy's face is just blown off. What
That's
was that
true.
like?
I mean, I get, it must have been for violence.
I think there's a
There's a
little
couple
blood and a
shits.
little violence.
Okay, couple
probably
shits.
There's a couple shits.
I mean, we watched.
Even looking under Parents' Guide on IMDb, sex and nudity, none. Violence and gore, moderate. Profanity, moderate. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking, mild. Frightening and intense scenes, moderate.
Moderate. I mean, we watched a PG-13 movie the other day with 20 naked women in it.
What is your problem?
I don't have a.
You should-
My problem is that there weren't
was gonna say-
any naked women
I
in
was
that
gonna
movie.
say, your tone needs to shift here.
Yeah.
You should have been like,
Those are knockoff tits.
That's the difference between the 80s and the 90s.
We saw Jean-Claude Van Damme pantsless and shirtless a couple times.
That's
That
true.
was sweet.
Yeah. We got to see his ass whipped with an eel.
Yeah, that was good too. Rob Schneider got his wounds cleaned with someone's tits at one point, but we didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
No.
Karen Lee's.
Karen Lee. Her name's Karen.
Karen Lee.
Real Karen. Lee.
She's the Karen.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, now we know that there's some knockoffs going around.
Yeah, lots of knockoffs.
Knockoffs in Hong Kong.
Okay.
I don't know if you can say that.
I love how much you enjoyed your own joke right there.
I looked at the jellyfish on the wall. They looked back at me.
Yeah.
We smiled.
He is smiling.
Shared a moment.
That particular one, the red one.
Yeah, it's the red one. Yeah. That's why I made that joke. I looked at that guy. He was like,
He's like, you're on fire tonight.
in my own mind, he was like, good one, Paul.
Damn it, that's his
Great
voice
joke,
too.
buddy.
Look, he even brought his kid. That's the blue one.
Yeah.
Don't look at him. Don't look at my son.
Oh, the seahorse. Gazooks. Everyone listening is like, stop.
Yeah.
That's because we don't really know where this movie's
Listener,
at.
if you can see the
there's a lot that
visuals,
takes place.
that's true.
In this room or the
movie.
House of Illusions,
Yeah.
as we've
Yeah.
called it.
Well, we're being introduced to the characters right now.
Yeah. Well, and we're introduced to JCVD, who rolls up in like a Z3, blasted on fucking
He's
coke.
the happiest man on
Oh my
earth.
god.
There's like cheerleader girls getting him out of
Oh
his
yeah,
car.
everyone gets him out of the car. He's giving people cigars. The forklift driver's like, "Can I drive your car?" He's like, "You can keep it." He's just like zip zapping around here.
Yeah, he's going to his
Warehouse.
I don't know really what to call this. Like, it is kind of like a corporate series of offices, but also a warehouse.
Well, let's be fair. This is the sweatshop that American jeans are made in.
But in addition to it, he's also got like a massage parlor and like other things going on. Because remember, the massage parlor industry is down.
Yeah,
They've
he's
gotta
just trying to
them.
support local artisans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
doing
Rob
his
Schneider
part.
says.
Yeah.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Because we got JCVD. I'm sorry, Marcus Ray.
The two first names was the most confusing thing in this whole movie.
Who's
MR, Mister,
Marcus and Ray.
and Marcus Ray,
Yeah.
Ugh.
and Tommy.
Just remember Ray and Tommy.
It's
and
like a
that's
Bruce
it.
Springsteen song writing itself.
Yeah.
Working in the sweatshops with Marcus Ray.
Yeah.
Tommy down on his luck getting a massage and a handy.
Yeah. Well, and,
So tough.
yelling at models to stop wearing underwear
Right.
because you can't wear denim over polypropylene underwear because there's a chemical reaction or whatever the fuck that woman
Yeah,
said.
there's, like,
Yeah,
there's polyester and
friction.
nylon.
Yeah.
The chorus of my song that I'm writing in my head is everything can't be a happy ending. No, everything can't. No.
It should be though.
Yeah. Not with that attitude.
Yeah.
Well, they're here to meet up for the big unsanctioned rickshaw race.
I mean, that's what you would call the full release, right?
Yes.
Well, and Rob Schneider needed to make sure that Jean-Claude was prepared with his new kicks
Yeah.
that were knockoff pumas.
His pumas.
Yeah, so this is one of the many points in the movie where the director clearly doesn't give an F about anything and it was like, story schmory. Like, I'm going to do a rickshaw scene. And,
That's fine.
and
I fucking loved the rickshaw.
That's
awesome.
so
Yes.
this
It was
is
great
so
cinematography.
I
It
totally
was.
agree. So this is the crazy shit about this. The scene is like really good and it's really fun and it's kind of zany, but it's filmed extraordinarily well.
Right. It's like they had a rickshaw race and then we're like, hey, people, just drive into them. That's
Right.
fine.
Right. Like people are,
JCVD will figure it out.
people are running down steps, food's flying, everyone's freaking out. Like you get this sense of like the crowdedness of Hong Kong and these markets on the side streets.
It's crowded with exclusively white people.
Yeah, which was very bizarre. But yeah, like where did this come from? Who knows?
It was Skinny. He was
Well, yeah, it was all to kidnap Wang.
yeah, they wanted the Wang
need
real
Wang.
bad.
Well, so I read a little bit of trivia that this was inserted in the movie because they were trying to get like the best rickshaw drivers, I guess, in Hong Kong to finally start their first Hong Kong bobsled team.
I
So
see.
Wow.
if you didn't know,
Okay.
Damn
Did
it.
they have a song?
yeah, people, if you didn't know, Hong Kong's got a bobsled team.
I bought into that deep.
I feel like they could have, man. I mean,
Lamar, it's going to be really sad when, our transcripts just like post now, like, so go to like, if you listen to us on Apple, that someone's going to feed our transcript and this is going to be the algorithm shooting out those fake AI sequels.
fuck.
They're like, oh my God, did you know, like, there's going to be a bobsled Hong Kong movie? Like, yeah, man, crazy. Cool runnings, too.
Have you ever looked at any of these transcripts?
Are they terrible?
They're fucking bananas.
Well, sometimes, like, Mike and I have talked, like, that the intros are, like, not what we're really saying,
Right.
but kind of.
Also,
But it also seems like one person is talking.
I think someone took the transcript for the Tennessee Buck movie, ran it through AI, and that's how the screenplay for Fountain of Youth was created.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, well, our residuals, please. So, Apple, when you're doing Fountain of Youth Part 2, we got you.
That's how the sauce is made.
We got you.
The dirty, dirty sauce.
There's some dirty sauce.
Yeah,
There's some
knockoff
dirty
sauce.
knockoffs. Yeah. So that's the thing, guys. Like, this scene, I'm totally fine with.
Yeah,
it's
the scene's
fun.
cool.
It's awesome. It's super out of context. There's no reason this is happening, but all right,
Yeah.
I could still roll with it. But then, like, other times they're like, maybe we should insert a story. I'm like, you dumb bastard.
like, that's stupid.
And like, I feel like in this, the scene is really good. And like, even the part where his shoes start to fall apart gradually, and like the up close slow mo of like his shoes like coming unstructurally sound, like it's all filmed well. But why? Why?
Right.
Why was that filmed? Why did they take time to do these little like cool things, but that add nothing to like
This
the plot?
was the origin to Tony Jaa movies. Where
Yeah.
you would see him like punch through bones and how it impacts like vertebrae on the body. They're like, let's start with Jean-Claude Van Damme shoe.
Yeah, honestly, I was just about to say, like, that was a very popular, like, stylistic choice for Hong Kong type movies. Yeah. You see it in, like, the Tony Jaa movies, a lot of Jet Li movies, and they're like, it's cool when Jet Li breaks someone's skull and you can see his spine snap.
But not the fake Pumas.
What if we did it to the fake Puma shoes and you can see, like, the tread falling off?
Yeah.
Maybe he did that as a joke. He just saw all of those scenes from John Woo movies and Tony Jaa. And it's
100%.
like, I could do this too, just with these zoom ins on the Pumas and the zoom ins on the barrel guns. And you got to have your own style. Maybe this is his own little thing.
Well, and I do, like, Lamar, you're right. I genuinely wonder if he's like, this is my fun little, like, comedic nod to that
he
style.
goes over
Right.
board with it. It has to be just his thing.
Yeah.
Or it's just, I'm going to do this. I don't care.
know. Regardless of how stupid it was, I like it.
I loved it too. I love it. He could have eased up a little, but
No, he goes...
it's enjoyable.
He goes
goes-
full stock.
he
Because
goes
it's
full
funny.
stock.
It's full stock. And
Three
you're gonna love
rod,
it.
full stock.
Yeah, it didn't impact anything. He was still a monster.
Well,
when
it
the shoes were
impacted
completely
Jean-Claude
destroyed.
Van Damme's shoes here.
Well, yeah, but he was still the fastest after they disintegrated.
Since we're watching a Hong Kong film, please reference it as going full Gailon.
Full Gailon. Is that the broccoli?
It is.
Okay.
All right.
Like the broccoli stocks, yeah.
Those are really good.
Those are delicious.
Yeah.
So the whole reason we're having plot-wise, the whole reason we're having this stupid rickshaw race, Jean-Claude and Wang are good buddies. Wang, I guess, runs the sweatshop where his jeans are made.
You're talking Eddie?
Eddie Wang.
Yeah, he owns the building.
He owns the building, yeah. And he's competing against him in this race.
And what Collin noted, like they kind of grew up as like
In the
Crime
in
Brothers?
the mob, yeah.
Yeah.
He, true to his past, is losing the race, but cheats to get ahead, and kind of replaces himself. He takes a shortcut and replaces himself with a different rickshaw. And there's kidnappers looking for him, and they kidnap the replacement Wang. And that kind of kicks off the whole.
I love when my
Replacement Wangs is the follow-up to Replacement Killers.
nice.
Yeah.
The replacements.
With Keanu Reeves.
Where are those replacement Wangs?
The Replacement Wangs. And that kind of kicks off the whole ass thing here.
Yeah, I think because there's gonna be a little more of like an Eddie Wang connection. I think again going to
Deep Wang connection.
deep Eddie Wang connection. I think going back to what Collin was noting is that Eddie Wang is somewhat of a rival too of Jean-Claude Van Damme, but like a friendly one. It's like we grew up as brothers, but like if there's a job, I want the job. I want to make the money. Like I won't kill you, but I'll probably beat the shit out of you and like do stuff, but I won't kill you as a good friend. Is that kind of what we've gathered?
Yeah.
They don't really do a great job at showing this.
No.
But through a series of small dialogue and events, we kind of fleshed this out throughout the film. But
I feel like all the transitions in this movie are very choppy
Yes.
and unorganized.
Yeah.
like I'm definitely adding to this, but I think that's like if you watch the entirety of this movie, you'll be like, oh, that's what they were going for, and kind of get it. They
For
could have
sure.
easily said this to begin with, but
Yeah, I mean, if this was a Rabbit Troop Sucks episode 1 through 10, we would have said hard cut like 20 times by now.
hard,
Hard cut.
like a hard Genova salami,
Hey. Hey now.
paladin.
The Paladin salami, yeah. God damn it.
Your own salami, Paladin Knights.
Paladin. Oh,
Paladin Knights.
That's
the
my-
the salami line.
that's my cologne brand.
It's cologne, robes, and salami.
That's the combo.
It's like
quite the
Axe.
boutique.
You get the body spray, the wash, and the hair pomade that all smell the same. Yeah.
It's a gift line for an entire night.
Right.
of
You can
ecstasy.
get it at like finer Walgreens.
CVS after hours.
Yeah. It's in the special back room.
Hi, can I help you? I'm gonna need to see the private room
Yeah.
right this way, sir.
It's just like the dumpster by the alley.
It's only open for like
That's where
half
the
an
magic
hour.
happens.
That's Eddie Wang style. Well, yeah, Mike's right. Replacement Wang.
Yeah.
They find out that this guy who was on a rickshaw, who was supposed to be Eddie Wang, is not.
Not Wang.
And you know what those mobsters do to that fake Wang?
Shoot him in the wang.
Shoot him right in the face, Wang.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
He had a wing on
I
his
shot
face?
you in the Wang. Bang, bang.
Shot him in the face wing.
My baby, Eddie Wang, shot me down.
That's a song we should write and
You guys are gonna start
perform.
practicing.
My riff on Nancy Sinatra.
Wang, wang.
I shot you down. Wang, wang. That awful sound.
It is an awful sound.
See, that's just the ending credit song.
It doesn't smell great either. The ending credits song is fucking bonkers.
Wang, wang, wang.
I love it when they
A
just
solo pound.
talk about the plot of the movie in song. It's like Wild Wild West or Men in Black.
Knock off!
They
Yeah,
could
at the
just
end
have
of the
Will
song-
Smith rapping about knockoffs.
Yeah, the end of this movie has this beautiful song like about a knockoff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Lamar, that broke you. That's how much it broke him.
I wasn't paying attention to the song at first, and then I heard the chorus. It's a knockoff.
I know. Man,
what is going on?
I looked right at Lamar as soon as I heard it.
I'm like, wow, it is a knockoff.
Yeah, well, it starts as just like an innocuous, like, I don't know, Hong Kong pop song.
Exactly. That's
And
why I
then-
stopped paying
Again,
attention.
Like, wait a
to
minute,
it.
what did they just say?
Right. Again, this is the director probably inserting himself, being like,
Oh, he inserted
Yeah,
himself
he
here.
did.
"This is my vanity project. You better say the goddamn movie."
Do you think he performed the song?
Probably. It's probably his wife.
Yeah.
It was performed by Sparks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
By
You did
who?
say.
Sparks.
Sparks?
The incredibly popular 1998 British.
Yeah.
I don't know who this is. Was there a song that I would know?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So popular.
Edgar. Well, no, it is popular. Edgar Wright did a huge documentary on this band. Are you aware of that?
Are you fucking with
What?
me right now?
I am not at
Okay.
all. It's like
What?
this is. Colin, look it up. It is the movie. The thing he did after Last Night in Soho, which we watched together, Mike.
Yeah, I like
is
that movie.
he did like a documentary on the Sparks band. If Colin is looking this up, I have not seen this.
Seems unwarranted.
But the band he is, well, I mean, I guess they're very popular, especially like outside of the United States. And, like, this got like very excellent reviews. I have not seen this, and I think part of it is I just don't know enough about
Oh
the band.
damn! How did the director get this band? They must have.
Colonialism.
Also, side note, I think I've said a couple updates throughout time. We did The Running Man, and Edgar Wright is rebooting that movie.
Thank God.
So I think that is like in effect right now. So I am all about that. Like I am very excited. I love that director. I love The Running Man, as noted when we go back
Are
to
you
our
excited
episode.
for the Naked Gun reboot?
Is that a serious thing?
Yeah, with
yeah, I
Liam
didn't hear
Neeson
about
playing.
Yeah. I don't think it looks that bad. I think it looks pretty
Oh,
good.
come on,
I'm ready
Colin.
for it.
The
yeah.
you're right. A 2021 Edgar Wright documentary called The Sparks Brothers.
The Sparks Brothers.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
brothers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we should all check it out. I mean, I have seen every Edgar Wright thing, I think, outside of that. So I don't think I should be.
He's got a lot of upcoming projects.
Yeah.
Baby Driver 2.
Yeah.
Barbarella.
Yep.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a fun guy.
He's a fun guy.
Just like this movie. Knockoff.
Yeah, but it's
Knocking off
fun.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
Right and left.
Where even are we? The rickshaw catches up with the van that kidnaps.
Yeah. Well, they kill fake Wang.
Yeah, there's like a whole kerfuffle.
Yeah, and well, Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, oh my God. Like, he's under the impression that...
Right, he thinks his buddy's
Yeah,
dead.
Eddie's there. So he basically hooks his rickshaw onto this van so it catches up. And they basically crash, pull over, and then there's this huge shootout. We then eventually meet...
Hot cop who never shows up again?
Detective Ling Ho.
Yeah.
She is here now. She is here 30 minutes later in a scene and gone.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is
They
that?
were setting her up to be like the main character.
Yeah.
I
She
thought
was
she was
gonna
going
be
to
the
become
one.
like almost a love interest or
Right.
like the third party in this.
Wow.
Like, you're breaking the law, but I'm going to hook up with you to get like the mob or
Cocaine.
something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but she like outside of this scene, we see her again for like 2 minutes and that's it.
We know that Ho is looking for Wang, though.
Ho is definitely on the hunt for Wang.
Rabbit Troop sucks.
But unfortunately, Rob Schneider throws a fucking can at Ho's head.
Yeah.
And
Old boxer. Nice.
yeah, and Ho goes down.
Vegetable
She got
beef.
Ho-headed.
You got soup.
What do you think was in the can?
Vegetable beef.
Vegetable beef? Okay. Is that a Hong Kong product that
Yeah,
you're
that's all
familiar
they,
with?
that's
They
all
love
they
it.
eat over
What's
there.
in the... It's vegetable beef.
Like, what are you having for dinner tonight, Mom? Vegetable beef.
One of the things I saw in a can in Japan was asparagus milk. I did not
Ooh,
try that.
yeah.
I have pictures.
I've seen that here.
What?
You should have it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
You ever milked an asparagus?
It takes forever.
I mean, I have a lot of questions, none that I can answer from
Each
experience.
individual little thing you
It takes a delicate touch.
Yeah, you gotta really be
to get
invested.
that asparagus milk out the tip.
What do you do with asparagus milk? Do you put it on like cereal, or is it like for like coconut
Well,
milk?
I
to
mean,
make
I
curry?
put it on my taint before.
I mean,
You put it on your. That's what you. Okay.
I mean, honestly,
really works
Mike,
well.
it was packaged in like where I was seeing it, like individual cans to be had.
You
and
just drink
consumed.
it?
That's yep.
So it's like a non-dairy milk kind of thing.
I don't know if it's non-dairy to be.
No one knows what's in
I
there.
have a lot of questions, and again, none I could answer from experience. I was just like, no.
Yeah.
Maybe just drink it, pop it open.
Didn't
and
want to
just-
try it.
In Hong Kong and Japan and most of anywhere I went in Asia, a lot of the drinks I would get was like a juiced Korean pears, and it was
Okay.
just like straight up like juiced Korean pears in a can.
No, that sounds great.
Yeah, like once you have that, you're just like done. Like I was not gonna be like, maybe I'm gonna try asparagus milk.
Yeah.
I was like, guaranteed the drink I'm drinking is like one of the best drinks on earth, and I'm like, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
experiment.
it's
around.
110 degrees, 300% humidity. I've been walking around all day. What do you want to drink?
Mike, in retrospect, asparagus milk was
Was
a bad choice.
I have asparagus milk and crab collage. Oh, give me the crab juice. Yeah,
You take that room temperature, or
Yeah.
you boil it a little.
it's better warm. Yeah, It's like,
You just lay in it. You just
like
fill
a
a
soup.
bathtub and just lay in it.
yeah.
My only note about this convenience store fight is that I liked it, and that's about it.
It was cool. This whole scene was cool.
Well, I mean, we haven't even fully know that. So yeah, they're driving in and they're in a convenience store, and then there's a
yeah,
fight.
that's where Ho gets cold cocked
Yeah.
and then disappears for most of the movie.
Yeah, and then basically it is Jean-Claude Van Damme going to see Eddie. He's like, "Oh my God, I thought he was dead. We need to go figure this out." And maybe I'm skipping around in the
Yeah,
order
they
of-
get arrested. Well, I don't think we mentioned he's pulling in the rickshaw race. He's pulling Rob Schneider with him.
Yeah.
So they both get arrested.
And if we haven't really established, they are partners in basically
fashion-
a textile
Yeah.
business of sorts.
They're
That is
like.
very unclear.
Yes.
I think what I gathered is that they run the manufacturing arm of the V6 Gene Company, which
Okay.
is like a
Yeah.
gene company,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
they make them in China and ship them to America or wherever.
Correct.
That's what I've understood.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme, which is established kind of halfway through the movie, has a criminal past. He worked with Eddie, various other things. He has minor criminal record activity on his like rap sheet, but he is trying to legitimately run a business.
Right.
He might be trying to get like deals and discounts, but he is not knocking off materials.
No,
and that is to be.
he is legitimate, and it's surprising this enterprise works as well as it does because he is the only one who is actually attempting to run a business.
Yeah, and he's very confused.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
40% of the people he works with are undercover police officers that he doesn't know about, and the rest are criminals trying to fuck him.
He's like,
it seems like-
I'm not knocking off. You knocking off?
Yeah, it seems like Rob Schneider's day-to-day is actually running the business.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is crazy. They talk about, so Rob Schneider twist is CIA. We're going to find this out kind of soon. But he has been working with Jean-Claude Van Damme for 4 years.
Yeah.
And
It's
when this
not
is
understood why.
yeah, and when this is said, even Jean-Claude Van Damme, rightfully so, is like, everything you're telling me, and I am legit, is you screwing me over and ruining a business you and I established for 4 years. I'm like, yeah, Mike's right. Like, none of this is said why. Like, they're trying to track down this mob boss. And Eddie is one of like the many like middlemen to work up through to find this. But I don't really know their end game. Rob Schneider's like, I was the only one willing to partner up with you. Like, no Hong Kong. Like,
No legit business.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he bankrolled him, I guess.
okay, but now they're running like a real business.
Right.
So like when they
CIA bankroll.
So
Yeah.
okay, but
Well,
so,
right, yeah.
so the end resolve would be they catch this guy and then just ruin Jean-Claude Van Damme's life.
But it also, yeah, maybe. But it seems like they know who the mob boss is because
Right.
it's Skinny.
Yeah.
Like they talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Jean-Claude Van Damme's connection to help would be in this.
I don't think he had anything. I think he was just like the legit business, quote unquote, that CIA Rob Schneider was trying to hang out with.
They did say they're like, you were a little bit dirty. So like
Yeah.
my guess,
so he
I
would
guess,
get like avenues in.
I guess
Yeah.
if Skinny would be like, this guy's a little like on the like corrupt side. Let's buy linen from him. Like, I don't know
yeah,
what's going on.
I don't know how the whole process works. It's
You know,
a different world.
Their linen trade's a crazy business.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as the jade trade.
Yeah. You know what happened to Joanne Fabrics? They went under, so
Shit.
goodbye, Joanne.
Sorry, R.I.P.D.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where do you get those fabrics at now?
Michael's.
Michael's.
Michael?
Yeah.
Well, at least he's still going.
Yeah, he's all
Paladin
right.
Mike's.
Yeah,
He's got
Paladin.
no-
I guess my side hustle.
I told you he's got selling all those other things.
Yeah,
Now he also sells crafts and bath salts.
All right.
yeah, but not.
Craft salts. I'm sorry, craft salts.
It's like the fun zombie bath salts.
There's
that are
there's salts you
gross.
give to your kids to make them less fun. They get sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, Tommy, which is Rob Schneider.
They're not for kids, but he's not going to tell you what they use them for.
This guy talking about 4chan.
I thought that got closed down.
What?
They got hacked like a while ago. It was all over the news.
By hackers.
Yeah. Wait, so does Rob Schneider really have a name in this movie?
Tommy.
Yes.
Is it Tommy? I don't think I ever knew that.
That's whatever.
I mean, I know it's like the running gag
It's
that I don't
Tommy
know anyone's name,
and
but
it's Tommy and Marcus Ray, baby.
I don't remember. I don't know
I-
anybody's name in this
I
movie.
It's 'cause
legitimately didn't.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is the one saying it most of the time, so it's kind of hard to pick up.
It's just like a mess of vowels.
There's Eddie.
yeah, I
There's
wrote down.
Tommy.
Yep.
There's Marcus Ray.
Those are the three names
There's
I wrote
Skinny.
down.
Is Eddie Wang Eddie?
There's Karen Lee.
Karen Lee is the hot cop. No,
Paul Sorvino is Harry.
the CIA girl.
hot CIA girl.
Yeah.
Paul Sorvino is
Who
Harry.
was the hot CIA girl? Who was the actress that played her?
Who cares?
I don't know.
She is in a notable show. She is.
Was it a soap opera?
Leila Rochon.
Yeah, Rajan. She was in Waiting to Exhale
Yeah.
and I knew Any Given Sunday.
She's good looking.
Oh, she is good looking. Yeah,
She's got nice legs.
she can clean my back wounds with her tits
Yeah,
any
there
day.
you go. That's right. You haven't been properly cleansed still. So you've been exfoliated with nips.
Well,
Yeah.
JCVD goes to see Eddie and is like, "Oh my God, like what's going on?" And a guy just comes in and shoots him, and now everybody thinks Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No,
has
whoa.
killed Eddie. Well, there's a
He
police
doesn't
station.
just shoot Eddie. Eddie opens a safe that
That's
there's a
right.
fucking missile
That's
in.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
they hit a fucking like an Acme missile in this fucking
Yeah,
safe.
it's like the fucking Wile E. Coyote is
That's
after
right.
him.
That's right. Eddie's like, "I'll give you some money," and opens the safe, and a missile launches him out a back door or through a wall or window, and he explodes. And then all of his gang members, which are plenty, chase him. And I can't remember if it's the police scene before all this. They also go to a police station, and they're like, "Hey, like, what's going on?" Like, this is where we also there's like 3 scenes with like Detective Ling Ho or like police person Detective Ling Ho, and she's like, "Hey, like." you're like being accused of knocking off stuff and like your buddy's dead and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, we didn't do any of this. And they're like, we're going to let you go. But we're watching you on all of this. And Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, what the hell? But now all of Eddie's gang is after.
Just to go back to that, that was the really confusing thing, because that in the police station is where they introduced the Carman Lee as though she was the one who's going to be like, you're on the hook. Like, that, as though she was a cop or something.
Well, they introduced,
she's
she was
not.
she was playing a VP of like
Yeah.
distribution or some shit.
Well, remember, let's go back, like what Collin said. So the detective is also with her chief, like Ling Ho, and they're like, you're going to let you go. And I agree with Collin because I forgot about this. Then we meet Carman Lee, who, as they're leaving the police station, she's like, nah, you're not going yet, and I have more questions. And they're even like, who the hell are you? And she's like, well, I work for blank, and like, we don't really know yet. Twist, we're going to find out she's CIA too. So, because I don't know really why this is not announced, but she's literally in this police station. She's like, I'm going to ask more questions here, and does, and now kind of works with them and is tailing them.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Yeah.
And then we find out she's CIA. Also strange.
Her whole deal is strange. When she's like, we're going to do a raid on the factory, like, how do you authorize this?
You do it like the Raid the movie.
Yeah.
We should do the raid the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
The Raid and Raid 2 are both fucking awesome.
I don't know if I saw Raid 2. I thought we
I
did back to
think
back.
we watched both of them, but like we were just fucking blasted.
The first one I remember everything.
Yeah,
I
the
thought-
first one's great.
The second one, I can't remember if we watched or
It's
we're
not as
planning
good
to.
as the first one, but it is good.
Yeah, they're both good. It's definitely not as good as the first one.
So what you're saying is just don't watch it blasted and just kind of remember.
Yeah.
The
should
hand-to-hand
absolutely
fight
watch
scenes
it
in that movie
blasted.
are phenomenal.
Oh my god. Well, it's a non-stop fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of twists.
Yeah.
Twist of the knife right in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically what's happening now is they're just trying to track down who killed Eddie. And we all know it's Skinny. And Jean-Claude Van Damme fights all of Skinny's men. And Skinny.
Well, I mean,
And he
Skinny's like
beats their ass too.
Skinny makes a faux pas and kind of admits to it.
Yeah, he's like, when you executed Eddie, and he's like, why did you
Executed? And even Skinny's like, fuck, did I say executed?
Yeah, I do like that. And he's like, why did you
Such an
use that
asshole.
word? It was like
Yeah.
a real like anime sequence because you see
Yeah.
like face, and like mind thoughts like, what did he say? Executed. And then he's like, oh shit, I said executed. Super fun scene.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of this warble effect as we're noting, like, so Skinny runs off and like the camera slants a little, and it's like, imagine Donnie Darko's psychic like ball beam just like goes around someone, and you're like, why is someone vibrating while running in slow motion? And you're like, I don't know.
No one wants the ball beam.
And-
to get ball beamed.
And if we didn't know this, during all of this, what is actually happening with Jean-Claude Van Damme's business is, although he's running an up-and-up business, his pants are being shipped off as knockoffs, and all of his pants and clothes have micro bombs in them. So everyone's jeans have micro bombs.
Microchip.
Nanobombs.
Nanobombs.
Mike, do you say microchub?
Microchip. Yeah. It's got the
I got a
microchip.
microchub.
Yeah. Full stock 3-rod and a microchip.
Microchop.
Yeah.
Do you have microchub and need to get full stock quick?
In these pants.
Yeah, the microchub is the commercials we see when
Yeah.
we're watching these on Tubi.
Oh, here's
And
another
Applebee's.
microchub
Yeah,
commercial.
Applebee's and
Take your
microchub.
microchub to Applebee's.
Are you depressed? Are you losing your hair? Do you have microchub?
You're depressed because you're eating
Hymns.
at fucking Applebee's.
Yeah.
Have a shot of whiskey.
That's also what you have
and
microchub.
and an Oreo
Exactly.
milkshake.
Applebee's makes
Yeah.
your wiener soft.
Your
is what I'm
riblets,
saying.
riblets cause microchub.
That's very possible.
So, Applebee's sponsorship opportunity. Just call us. Dickpony.com.
bee's
Send us an email.
Yeah. Do you need some burgers, some onion rings,
Mm-hmm.
an Oreo shake, some microchub?
Yeah, have we fuck? Have we talked at all about what the actual plot of the movie is, which
Well,
is
we were just
mobsters inserting micro bombs into things?
Doing it now.
In the
are we?
501s,
Yeah,
like
because
microbombs.
well, the rest of the movie is just going to the shipyards and beating ass.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's literally the rest of the movie. Like they find all of this out. There's one scene where Jean-Claude Van Damme conveniently always has a bomb detector near him.
Well, yeah, doesn't like Hot CIA chick drop it?
But then he like conveniently like activates it again. He's like, "There's a bomb in my pants, so we have to take."
Yeah, he takes his
there is.
pants off.
Yeah, his pants are off. He's freaking out. It's a wild ride. So the big turnaround is Paul Sorvino, Harry, is like the head of the CIA unit, and he's been looking into this. But twist, he's actually a bad guy trying to profit off all this. I don't really know how. I guess people get the shipment of micro bombs.
Are there really like hundreds of billions of dollars in counterfeits being sold out there?
I would imagine.
Yeah,
That's
totally,
nuts,
man.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, they totaled it up to.
I think
5
the guy's
million in
doing the
beginning.
world a favor for people buying these fucking knockoffs.
Jeremy,
They're
my
gonna blow 'em
experience,
up.
my experience in Hong Kong is like the knockoffs are so. I mean, it's like beyond blatant. You'll just walk down markets and you could buy whatever knockoff you could ever imagine in your life.
Well, I mean,
kinda
even like go to Manhattan, it's the same thing. Like
Yeah.
just on the side of the street, there are people with blankets and like purses and watches.
It might not be as blatant as the Puma shoes or the
Pumas.
Pumas.
I mean, like, I
But,
told
yeah.
Mike I just didn't have time because it was a specific night. Well, one guy was like, "Dude, I sell fake Rolexes. Do you want to look at my fake Rolexes?" Like he was very clear about this. And on another day I would have bought one for Mike or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's actually a good point, a pretty good point actually, because the whole reason that Karen even shows up is because they were mixing the counterfeits in with the real deal for the jeans that were getting shipped to
Right,
the U.S.
Well, that's
And-
why
and-
she says
so-
she showed.
yeah.
Yeah, but if they just shipped them as counterfeits, do you think they still would have got caught? Like if they just shipped the normal jeans they were producing
So
went
that
to
they
their-
were all the same quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they would never would have got caught.
Maybe, but they made them do the elephant test where they ripped the jeans in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they only ripped the counterfeit ones. But like if
They all seem shitty, it's fine.
well, if the counterfeit ones weren't mixed into, if they were just obviously counterfeits, they wouldn't have bothered testing them because they weren't mixed in with the real ones.
That's fair. That's a fair point. I don't know how counterfeit. works.
Well, and I also think the marketing would sell itself. Like, there's a bomb in these jeans.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take your chances. Bomb jeans.
that's the one plot hole in this movie.
Yeah. They're literally the only one.
They're the only one.
Yeah.
There is no other plot hole in this film.
No.
Well, I mean, basically, they find out like Paul Sorvino is actually bad. He like comes in, and he's like, so Rob Schneider and Karen Lee are eventually tied up. I know I'm skipping around, but like not really much happens.
doesn't
to get
matter,
there.
yeah.
They get caught, and she's like, I'm CIA. And he's like, God damn it, me too. But Paul Sorvino's like, I'm here to save you because I'm going to kill these bad guys. And they're like, awesome. And they're like, oh shit, you just killed the middleman bad guys. You're actually the big bad guys. And he's like, ha ha, I am.
And then he leaves.
Yeah, he's like, this dude like rolls up in like a windbreaker and like khakis. Like this guy,
Yeah, he's like down at the yacht club.
yeah, this guy was paid in cocaine, a check, and cannolis. Like that's how this guy came in onto the scene. Like I'm gonna say my lines, but you better have a like a chocolate chip cannoli over there.
It's in Paul Sorvino's writer.
Doesn't they call like Karen Lee like baby cakes?
Oh yeah, you better shut your mouth, baby cake.
Better shut him out, baby cakes.
He ad-libbed that. That
Yeah, I
wasn't in
lived
the
all
script.
of it.
He didn't know he was making this movie.
By the way,
I 100% agree. He ad-libbed and then bragged about it like that was all me.
Guys, I called her baby cakes. It was
Yeah.
great.
by the way, his character name is Johansson.
Harry Johansson.
Harry Johansson.
Nice. Well, there was a whole scene where Karen Lee was going to be tortured and there's some acid. Well, she throws that all over Paul Sorvino. He's like, my arm! And she's like, yes.
Yeah, he's got the acid in like a clown seltzer bottle for some reason.
What the fuck was that?
It was the only way. It was the only way, Jim.
Yeah, it's no other options for the acid.
Yeah, so she acids his arm and he gets all...
Butthurt.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm going to blow up this boat. And while she is like struggling, she gets a bunch of nano bombs thrown on top of her.
Yeah, they're all up in her tits.
And then they go into her bra.
Yeah.
And so just note this, amongst the thousands on the ship that she's on with Rob Schneider, Jean-Claude Van Damme Batman's his way onto the scene.
yeah, at some
kicking us-
point, he's made friends with Han from earlier.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, they're tight now.
And now he's fighting Skrillex, as we talked
he's
about.
a Skrillex. Yeah.
So he's fighting Skrillex.
Is Skrillex the one that has like an unexplained
tuberculosis.
cold throughout the exactly.
He's like, man, I'd be kicking your ass if it wasn't for this cough.
Right.
Yeah, he defeats Skrillex with a bunch of shipping containers that eventually fall on him. And he frees... Rob Schneider frees himself from the ropes. He gets Karen Lee free. She goes over to the other boat.
The escape boat?
Yeah, that Paul Sorvino's on. and she takes all the nanobots bombs.
They were stuck in her tits.
Out of her bra.
Her bra was exploding.
Yeah, all out of her bra and throws them all over the deck of Paul Sorvino's boats. Jumps off and he explodes the boat that.
Or does he?
Yeah, or that Jean-Claude Van Damme is on and Rob Schneider. They escape on a mini boat, and Paul Sorvino is dead, or is he?
I mean, how do you survive an explosion like a green
know.
explosion?
Yeah.
A green explosion,
The
damn it. Green flames,
nanobots
damn
were
it.
right under his feet. Like
It was
they
a
blew
special-
up into his ass.
It was a special windbreaker that protected him.
That was in his contract.
Yeah.
Not only that, the explosion healed his fucking arm up too.
Yeah, he
'Cause it
was doing all right after that.
Yeah. The windbreaker shielded, like that was a windbreaker plus 10.
Yeah.
Like that was a D&D windbreaker.
It did all right. Yeah.
And
Well, now, I mean, the city's in celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, is this like I caught hints that this was like the last couple days of British rule of Hong Kong? Is that
I have no idea.
okay?
Oh, no,
Maybe.
no idea.
I thought that was mentioned a couple times.
I think that's the fireworks at the end, like the 100-year rule ends.
Yeah.
This is like now the celebration, like the lease of the British rule is off. I
Yeah.
agree with Mike. Like I think that may have been mentioned a
Well,
couple
yeah,
times.
like earlier in the movie when they're arrested and like the British head of police is like, I don't give a fuck what these guys do in 2 days when we're not in charge anymore. But for now,
Mike, TM this for us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's write which would be considered a period piece.
Yeah.
Let's rewrite a movie where during the end rule and during the firework Hong Kong celebration, bank heist.
okay,
Like boom, like people.
Perfect.
Oh no,
I know.
no. People are doing a bank heist with stuff during that celebration. Let's do that.
okay.
I kind of thought it was kind of a generic celebration because there was a giant sign that just said carnival.
Well, they did like
Carnival.
carnival, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you get the Italian sweets.
Hong Kong is known for their carnivals.
Yeah, that's what I
You
hear.
get the hourly carnival here.
Do you get a chocolate chip cannoli? Do you get a different cannoli? What do you get?
Carnival shoes.
I like the pistachio ones.
Those are good.
Those are my favorite.
Those are good.
Well, yeah.
Well, he's not dead.
No,
He
he's
ain't
not.
dead.
He's
He plays 2 hours later after this.
Yeah, 2 hours later.
He is gonna get up from that.
Yeah, he's
I like what? Yeah, 2 hours later.
He's
2 hours
already up
later.
his own shenanigans.
Yeah.
And they're already in a bar.
Yeah, they're getting wasted. 2 hours later, Paul Sorvino is like building a Lego dinosaur and putting a bomb into it for some reason.
Yeah. So the end scene of this movie is everyone's kind of celebrating at a bar. Karen Lee is kind of passed out, like celebrating with drinks. Schneider and JCVD are like, "We did it, buddy, awesome!"
Yeah.
And we get a pan back to Harry, Paul Sorvino, and he's like, "Sons of bitches, I got some bombs for you," and he doesn't.
Well,
yeah,
that's
Who
because
found the detonator?
They have
found
the detonator.
and they're playing with
Yeah,
it.
they're
in the
fucking
bar.
around because they don't think it does anything anymore. Look at this stupid toy.
They
It is-
turn a knob and then they just see a monster explosion in the back.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is so drunk. Rob Schneider was like, we found the detonator. It's evidence. But, if we turned it on, it would have exploded his bombs. And Jean-Claude Van Damme, Marcus Ray, he's like, like this. And you're beep, beep, beep. And so apparently Harry is like a block up the street.
Yeah,
So
he's just right there.
a huge explosion happens, which would kill so many innocent people.
Oh, it
amongst-
definitely did. for
And
sure.
and they're like, what was that? They're like, I don't know. And that's kind of like the end of the movie, like a big whoopsie daisy.
And then we get the sweet knockoff song.
Yeah.
The
It was a
Looney
knockoff.
Tunes song.
It was a knockoff. Yeah.
It's a knockoff.
Still a better ending than running into the Statue of Liberty.
True.
That's it.
Yeah, the effects were
Yes.
better. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, before we get to our last views on Knockoff 1998, as always, feel free to reach out to us at rabbittroopsuckspodcast@gmail.com. Again, rabbittroopsuckspodcast@gmail.com. If you have any insight to movies, if you just want to reach out to us and have us answer questions or anything really, just let us know. Again, rabbittroopsuckspodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to go to our website proper, rabbittroopsucks.com. We have episode links, we have pictures, we have links to merchandise, various other things. You could also get in touch with us there. As always, we're everywhere podcasts play, so if you're on one application or platform, feel free to jump over to another. As always, I've noted I use the application podcast on my iPhone. We are on YouTube, we are on Spotify, we are on Amazon, we're everywhere we could be found. And we are on social media. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. As always, as I've noted, feel free to reach out to us. I love hearing everyone's views on certain films, or how you just really think some of these films were awesome, or you have some insight to it, which is cool. So yeah, and if you're anywhere, feel free to give us a 5 out of 5 star review for our ad-free podcast. We love doing these things. We love getting together. We love sharing these things for you. Giving us some reviews would definitely be helpful. So that'd be awesome. But yeah, Jeremy, what did you think of Knockoff 1998? No one's seen it. But now we have.
Yeah, this movie, it's not like a super good movie by any means, but it is way better than I thought it was going to be. I enjoyed it from start to finish. There are some inconsistencies with like transitional scenes, and it can get kind of confusing at sometimes, because you're like, why the fuck is this even happening? Why are they putting bombs in knockoff jeans? Who knows? Doesn't matter. It's a fun ride, and you should take it. I think that you should definitely watch this like with a group of people, but I think you would also enjoy it by yourself. Yeah, good times.
Collin, what do you think of Knockoff?
I loved this movie. I thought this was super rad the whole way through. Like, as soon as it started, it caught my attention, and it was hard to take notes because there was so much going on constantly. Like, I couldn't like write anything down. I just wanted to pay attention. There was like a little too much probably going on. Like, if they kind of just bailed on the whole CIA thing and just had like the Hong Kong police and kept what was her name, Ling Ho or whatever, they just kept her, that would probably would have been a little bit easier to handle everything that happened within 90 minutes. But dude, the fight scenes were awesome. The cinematography was a little goofy, but it wasn't that distracting. Like a little bit more, and this would have been a really popular movie, I think.
A little bit more cinematography, or a
little bit better writing.
Yeah. Just like wrap it up.
Yeah.
Like make it a little tighter.
Tighten it up a little bit, and I think this movie would have been amazing.
Lamar, what are you thinking?
I don't think it would have been amazing with a little more time. It needs a lot more baking in the oven for that. But I like this movie. It was stupid as fuck. I treated this movie more like background noise. If you just don't pay attention to the plot, like, you guys were trying to break down the plot, trying to understand how this counterfeit jeans thing works out of his car hole. No.
God damn it.
Nah, I'm not paying attention to any of that. Just treat it like background noise. There's fight scenes that are good. There's action scenes that are all right. The cinematography I actually kind of like. I don't know if you can call it cinematography. It's more like just
Coke binge.
yeah, just dicking around with a camera and just exploring weird John Woo scenes. But this movie is what 10-cent movies were in the 90s. You know how Steven Seagal is fucked off and just like, I'm just going to make a whole bunch of scenes over or movies in Asia really cheap and partner up with whatever actor I can and make a quick buck. I think that's what this movie is. I liked it. No complaints, except that it's not a movie. It's not a movie. It's not a movie.
No complaints, except it's stupid as shit.
It's not a movie. It's just a collection of scenes and background noise. Treat it like that, and you'll have fun. Mike,
Is it me?
You think the same?
No, I love this movie. For me, it was a great blend of like a schlocky American like JCVD movie mixed with a Hong Kong action movie. I mean, the plot is inconsequential. It's fucking stupid. The filming is great. The action sequences are great. One of the pieces of trivia was actually that like half of the fight scenes got cut, especially the final fight scene between JCVD and Skrillex at the end. Which is why like the scene, that fight that was like 2 minutes long took place over like 45 different locations because it was supposed to be a lot longer.
All over the dockyards.
All over the dock, yeah. I would have liked to have seen that, but yeah, the martial arts were great. Like the fucking rickshaw was great. I agree with Collin that the plot would have been much more interesting if it was just like two fashion designers teamed up with Ling Ho. I think that would have been a better movie, but start to finish, I had a great time with this. Yeah, watch it with people. I don't know. I'd watch it by myself. I just thought it was fun. This movie was great for me.
Yeah, I mean, this movie was, I mean, in a weird way. Oh, I'll say it first. I think this movie was almost best case scenario for us. We picked a movie where like we know some of the people, but we have no idea what this movie is.
This is like the thesis of Rabbit Troop Sucks.
Yeah, and we're like, this does not have like a stellar rating. It's kind of a mixed bag, mixed review. I really thought we were going to choose like a sci-fi movie or a horror movie. And when we didn't, I was like, ugh, like that's almost guaranteed. Like we could have gone this like schlocky, like 5 dudes in a room having a couple drinks, laughing this off. Mystery Science Theater style. And when we didn't, we chose like an action movie. I was like, oh my God, like this could really have gone wrong. It could have just been super boring and a real like just, I don't know, like
It's easy.
a real sludge to go through, I guess.
Really easy to get a boring action movie if you go into it randomly.
But and so some things like to note, like as I said, like Rob Schneider's character, they didn't know what to do with. Like the writing universally is just not good in this film. But everything else kind of makes up for it. The one thing to also note is like Jean-Claude Van Damme is like dialed back. We're not seeing like him do the splits. We're not seeing him do like real like blood sport kickboxer. Like I'm a well-oiled machine fighter. This is more like I'm getting kind of lucky. I'm doing a lot of rolls. I'm also taking a couple punches. And it works. I totally agree with what Mike said about Collin's view, not to always rewrite films, but if it was 2 fashion designers teamed up with Ling Ho, this would have been a much better story, at least, a more cohesive story. Yeah. But the action sequences and the fun of this movie is totally here. The filming of this, I'm going to have to think about this because we have all seen films like this. And I'm like, okay, like it's kind of weird. And there's more like the slow-mo stylized things. And I don't know if I'm just more okay with that because I watched these films and I've watched the evolution. Because I feel if someone like now, let's say someone in their mid-20s is like, I like more modern martial arts. And they saw this, they'd be like, dude, what the hell? So I could totally understand if someone's like, that weird tripped out fight vibe is not for them. I'm fine with it, but it is noticeable. Like, I think I would just say that. It didn't detract for me. It just kind of made it more wonky. Not fun, just wonky.
Or wangy.
It was definitely wangy.
There was wangs coming at me from all sides, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. 2 quick notes. One, The Sparks, This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us is probably the song that people would recognize. 2, the fact that 5 people who have never seen this, who watch a lot of movies, have never seen this before, and all I mean, maybe not Lamar. Also, I'm glad that Lamar is now the default hater and not me anymore. Nice. The fact that I kind of feel like we found a weird hidden gem, which is why we started Rabbit Troop Sucks in the first place, to find out these weird movies that like are kind of under the radar,
or to go back and be like, were they what we thought we were?
That's true.
Yeah, and I think this movie counts. I think this movie is like way more fun than it gets credit for.
Yeah, we all like, honest to God, we all thought this movie was just gonna suck.
We did think that,
and this movie has a lot of redeemable qualities and worth watching. Like, would I watch this movie again? I would. Like,
100%.
Like soon, probably not. But again, I would.
Yeah,
I'd be tentative on that. Mainly because I
don't know. Hater?
He's the new hater.
Lamar, go home, listen to that end song about knocking off. It's gonna bring you back.
I'll agree that this movie is definitely enjoyable with a group. I don't think you should watch it alone. I don't at all. Just you're gonna be like,
you should never watch alone.
You should never just say what. Why did they do that to yourself?
You don't need to watch alone. When you can load up Rabbit Troop Sucks, where you have 5 friends with you.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, turn on this episode and kick back with Knockoff.
Yeah. You can
get knocked off.
Wow. Wow. You know, to end off with Knockoff, we hope you had an enjoyable trek through this. Jeremy, again, is going to be in the studio with us for the next film. We're going to be looking at a more recent film, 2020. So way more recent than we usually look at. Psycho Gorman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is an interesting film for me for a lot of reasons. As noted, I really love the group Astron 6. We did Manborg. We'll do other films by them. Now a defunct group. But they've had the director and worked with Steven Kostanski. And he is the director of this film. And I made a note that, and I'm being very serious about this, that Jeremy did not like Manborg. I absolutely love Manborg.
So Jeremy's going to be the hater next time.
Maybe my thought was to sweeten the pot is Jeremy even noted with Manborg, like maybe he would have enjoyed it at least a little more if he watched it with us and not alone and then joined us for the recording. And I wanted to make sure that at least we would have the best opportunity. I think this is a very different movie than Manborg. Well, no, for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But at least we're watching this together as a group.
We're going to set Jeremy up for success with this.
Yeah, movie. I wanted to be like, well, at least we're going to be together. So, like, maybe even if he doesn't like it, he'll have more fun. But come on, how could you not like Psycho Gorman? I'm really excited for this one. I've watched this movie several times. I pre-ordered this movie. I'm a big fan of this group, this director. All the members of Astron 6 are going to make cameos throughout this, which is a lot of fun. Adam Brooks, you're amazing. You're going to play the father in this.
Never call a man a tree.
He's going to play the what in this?
The father. And I will, Mike. I will never call a man a tree. Any last thoughts about Knockoff 1998? A little hidden gem, as we just found. Rabbit Troop Sucks. Trooping it up. Little pocket patch.
I think when people
pocket berries
cruise through like Amazon Prime, Tubi, what's the other one? Pluto, whatever.
Plex.
Like if you see something and you see this little description, you're like, what the fuck? That sounds nuts. Watch it. Sit down and fucking watch it.
What
dude.
the fuck else are you doing?
And as noted,
loser?
say something. Rabbit Troop Sucks podcast @gmail.com. Hey weirdos, I just watched this weird movie. I was knocking off with a couple beers in a dark room.
You don't have to explicitly explain the knocking off.
Can you send me those Mike sound clips? Also, here are some films that I would like you to review, and I'll understand in a taken aback kind of way, and I'll make sure to forward that and read that and inform the authorities. But yeah, I totally agree with Jeremy. Say something. Yeah. Watch it. Well, as always, Rabbit Troop Sucks.
Entrepreneurship.
The dolls are loose.